Thank you to EA Sports for bringing me out to Tiburon Studios, and to Madden lead producer Carlos Guerrero for sitting down to answer our questions.
I think it ties in more with, one of the things that I've been hearing a lot of is, nobody gives any love to franchise.
Right.
It's all about Ultimate Team. The focus is all about that, and it's not really, right? I mean, when you think about it, franchise, there are things that are put in for franchise, but it's never enough, right?
Yeah, I remember last year when all we got was customizable draft boards.
Everybody in franchise has different wants and different needs, even within the groups, right? And so what would be put in for one person or one segment doesn't appeal to the other segment within that same area, right?
What is
wrong?
A very
That being said, 19 is a very balanced year, right? So we're giving love to every part of the game, and moving forward, it's going to be more like that.
What you just saw there is a snippet from an interview that an EA Game Changer, which, come on EA, make me a goddamn Game Changer, whatever that guy is, you could be the coolest dude of all time. Let's just say if we're clout chasing, I got more clout than that guy, and I can't even sniff being an EA Game Changer. So, come on, hook me up. Hook me up! I'm the Madden voice of Canada, for God's sakes. Don't forget about us. But anyways, he's interviewing the new creative director for Madden. So for those of you that are kind of involved with Madden, know what's kind of going on. These guys are replacing Rex. And it's not very good, man. With, minding the frivolous sounding title that gets you guys to come in and click because of less, if everyone else is doing it, I'm going to start doing it. I'm kind of proud of myself on not going the clickbaity direction. But anytime you look at any of my videos, anytime I have something that's a little bit extravagant in the title, it brings people in. Anytime I just straight up say this is what this video is, it gets like a 10th of the views. So mind that. Is franchise mode dying? Is it the end of franchise mode? This comment, what he said during this interview for franchise mode, first we found out that he's a casual football fan. He's not a diehard. I'm not going to hold it against him. Some people in this community will. I personally don't think you don't even have to throw a spiral. You don't even have to punt the ball and actually make a clean connection to make a football video game. A video game is simple. You give what the people want, and you point in different directions and find people that know what people want, and you put them in the right position to make the game great. And that's something that we've seen under Madden with Rex Dixon that kind of fell short. Rex is a football guy, but ever since he's taken over Madden, which was right after Madden 12, which a lot of people regard as the last good franchise mode, it's gone downhill. And now we kind of think, is this fresh face going to bring Madden back to where it should be? And we talked about this before on the channel, and I kind of said, yes, there's that side of things. But also, at least with Rex, it was kind of the devil you know versus the devil you don't. With Rex, we knew that he would straight up come out and tell us, yes, we didn't have time to work on franchise mode. We had to put our allocation to long shot, or we had our dev team working on the NBA live game. He wouldn't dance around the question, so it wasn't always the answer he wanted to hear. But he was kind of straight up with the community. You could kind of tell because he worked on NCAA, which is a really good franchise mode game, that he had the tools to do it. I give Rex somewhat the benefit of the doubt that maybe the suits at EA were saying, hey, franchise mode is what it is. Let's work on other avenues and other features in the game. But ultimately, we got this new guy, and hopefully, we're getting a fresh new look at the future of franchise mode in particular. And he kind of came out and said, oh yeah, we hear that people say that we ignore franchise mode and stuff like this. And ultimately, his quote, just to kind of paraphrase what he said, was that to put something in franchise is never right for everybody. And franchise people have different wants and different needs within different groups. So what you put in franchise mode for one person is not going to be what other group wants. And that is the most arrogant thing someone that is new to a franchise that has a dying franchise mode to say. That basically he's coming out right out the gate and saying that franchise mode players are very difficult to please, and he kind of said it with a frustrated tone a little bit. And that is not how you win over a new audience. That is not how, that's insulting, frankly. Quite frankly, that is insulting. As insulting as something involving a video game could be, that is probably it. Because what we've seen since, we'll just say, we'll go Madden 12. We'll go Madden 12 because that was the last good franchise mode game. Even that had some issues, right? There's some people, if you go on Operation Sports, Deuce Douglas, who actually has a YouTube channel now, he's probably the best innovative franchise guy for ideas and stuff like that. Definitely go check him out. Or even just wish lists on YouTube, right? Some people want Madden to reinvent the wheel. You know how many times I say this? They want you to reinvent brand new features that we've never seen. But in reality, the vast majority, the entire segment, not grouping up franchise mode players into different segments like this Guerrero guy has come on, kind of led everyone on to believe. Everyone, the entire group, just wants the features from the old game that have been stripped. Sure, I get that if there's 50 features that have been taken away over the last, we'll say, 8 years, not all of them can come back in. Some of them are buggy, and some of them won't work and translate with the new code. But I would say the vast majority, like 85% of them, have just been removed. They've just been stripped from the game for whatever reason. We see Madden 12, and as it's been going along, 13, 14, 25, 15, 16, whatever, up to 18, this jalopy, this beat up, rung down old Honda Civic, known as Madden franchise mode, has been bumping along the highway, and parts have been flying off. Parts have been flying off the franchise mode. We've lost create a class. We've lost relocation teams. We've lost create a team. We've lost simple scouting mechanisms. We've lost in-depth features. We've lost historical stat tracking, so on and so forth. All these pieces are flying out the road, and there's a sweet sweeper called EA Sports that's sweeping up all these parts. But the car has never got these parts reattached. So now we're sitting here as we enter Madden 19, which, they have already come out. It looks like they took, we'll say they took the windshield wipers and glued them back on, which is the create a draft class, which is very nice. And so far, so much, everything has been promising for franchise mode. For what very little we know, we're not going to find out more till June 11th or 12th, I think. I'm a little bit optimistic that they're going to be adding some features. And Guerrero ultimately said he wants to try to bring the balance closer to like a 50-50 between franchise and Ultimate Team, which is, in reality, even me understanding that MUT is their big time mode, franchise should be like 60-40. Franchise and gameplay are here, and then Madden Ultimate Team are here at the 40%, but we're never going to get that. So that is positive. Not everything about his interview is making me absolutely shocked, or I cannot believe it. And we're doing a lot of reading between the lines. But ultimately, his interview has stated that you can't please everybody. And we are sitting here going Madden 19, his first game that he'll be able to get his touch on is Madden 20. And unless something crazy happens in Madden 19, going from 19 to 20, this piece of shit Civic is rusted out, missing 95% of the parts, is just sitting there. And he's trying to say, well, if we add rear view mirrors, then the other people are going to say, well, where are the seat belts? Well, you need all these features. All these features should never have been stripped from the game to begin with. So if you took all these features, all these scraps that are collecting dust, have never been re-implemented back into franchise mode, if you shine them up real nice, you get super glue. All right, you don't even have to pander us with the duct tape. Get some super glue, high quality super glue, straight from Nicaragua. You super glue those old parts back on the franchise mode. You make sure that glue's on tight. The biggest reason I'm a little bit worried about them bringing all these features back is that they're going to be buggy and they're going to be unplayable. And then people are going to say, well, look, they added all these brand new features, and now it's buggy and franchise mode sucks, and we got to wait till the patches in January. The game could actually work. But at least, make the attempt to, if there's a little bit of excess glue around the edges, known as bugs and glitches, you say, you know what, we're going to go the extra mile for the franchise mode player. They've been thrown under the bus the last couple years. Here you go. We're actually going to make it look nice. We're going to shine it up. We're going to run it through the car wash. And here is your beautiful 1996 red Honda Civic with all its original parts back. And those parts might be rusty. They may not work, but at least it's something to get us across the finish line until the next Madden. So, analogies aside, there's only so much you can read into this interview, but I just think ultimately, the way that he's kind of addressing the franchise mode community, I want to say, I don't know the proper word, because it's not disrespectful. I don't take it that seriously. Some people may. It's just, I don't know if I would say frustrating, or it's like, how could you, maybe you just worded it wrong, and in reality, he wants to make franchise mode a better game. But one could have believed that his favorite modes went Ultimate Team, Play Now, and then franchise mode, and that's not going to be his priorities. You'd hope not. But let's just say this new director, in regards to the future of Madden franchise mode, his first interview was not very inspiring, and that's about what we can take from that interview right now. We can only hope that the dev blog that comes up for franchise mode for Madden 19 is gonna look pretty nice. Ultimately, we still need to know that the responsibility comes on what Rex did during his game cycle for what we see in franchise mode. So if it's good or bad, this Guerrero guy did not have much, if any, say on what happened in this game. So I guess we all just need to be cautiously optimistic And I mean, I know Moonlight Swami. He is a Madden YouTuber that went to now work for EA. I'd actually never talked to him when he was a YouTuber, but every time the last month or so, he's been making posts about like, hey, what are features you want to see for this? Not to pat myself on the own back, but my replies usually get the most likes, and he actually engages, and we talk about stuff like that, and it's pretty awesome. So, I mean, I don't know how much information he's going to have or how much influence he's going to have, but I mean, it's just another voice that you can try to get in touch and try and inspire change for our franchise mode. So, what do you guys take away from this interview? What do you guys take away if you go check out the actual full interview? What do you think about this new guy? I don't know, man. Let's just focus on the game. Let's focus on the dev blogs. Be happy that they already leaked create a class / custom draft classes. You already know your boy C4. I already have four Excel sheets. Any of you guys that follow me on Patreon or support my Patreon know what I'm talking about, because those guys get all my special additional perks first, because they help keep the channel afloat. As I have 4 to 5 years right now of custom draft classes, so I guarantee and I promise you guys that if the draft class system is worth a damn, that I will have the most reliable and the best ones you guys can use. So make sure you stay tuned for that. As always, guys, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, because we are just getting into the tip of Madden 19 season. And if the game is pretty good, it doesn't have much to go up against in terms of competition, because Madden 18 was not a great game. We're gonna be going hard. We're gonna be going hard as always. So thank you guys for all the support. Give me your feedback here on what you feel about the future of the franchise mode. And until next time, guys, it's C4 saying peace out.